Hello and welcome. We have a video to share with you today. We'll go in the members area and we're continuing our Audible theme today with ways to promote and get ranked with your new audiobooks. Some of the topics have been longer than an hour. Today's call is just under an hour, 40 minutes today. I'll just share the video with you. Enjoy.
Hello there. Hope you are all really well. You've had a good week so far. You're making progress, whether it's non-fiction books or book topic research or writing outlines, or maybe even getting some low content books underway and in production. So there's lots going on. We're all at slightly different stages, but the only thing we've all got in common is this is a new game. It's new to pretty much everyone. Certainly I've been doing this for a year or two now, and it's not that complex, but there are a few little things we can do to give ourselves a better chance of success. And success for me isn't kind of a big a big launch and a big bunch of sales and then having to do it all over again. My idea of a smart business model is kind of set and forget. So do something once and enjoy an income stream off it for a very long time. So when we create a book, we want to really leverage every word that's been written and really maximize all the years of all the different streams of income that book can give us. And as you know, the Kindle platform, KDP, sells the ebooks with the Kindle device, but they aren't usually the biggest earners because they're quite low cost. Some of those are just 99 cents or a couple or $3. The paperbacks are a bit better because people will spend $15 or $20 on a good paperback, which is great. So we like that model too, and Amazon on demand, and it really grows the market. And certainly for a lot of non-fiction books, people like a hard copy. But the big exciting one that I'm really spending a lot of my time and energy on right now is the Audible game, so audiobooks. And the sequence is that you have to have the book on the KDP platform first before you can go over and pick it up on your what's called ACX account. So ACX is the seller login site for Audible. So on Amazon.com, you're a shopper buying products, you go to Amazon.com. But if you're an Amazon product seller, you go to a thing called Seller Central. So ACX, like Seller Central for Audible books. And I'll show you a little bit what it looks like. Because what we're going to talk about today is ways to get some really easy money. This is like one of those opportunities that seems too good to be true, and it may not last. So this video I'm recording in early 2021. If the policy changes on Amazon or Audible side, we'll update this training, but right now this is such a good and easy and fast way to get some income and get your book boosted and get your audiobook sales happening so that you get reviews and you get ranking and you get onto those bestseller lists, and off you go. It's going to be sort of spinning the flywheel, one of those actions that has a really nice long-term benefit. And what we want to see is obviously, you need to choose a book that's going to be a popular topic, but it's hard to know exactly what search terms people are going to type in if they want just a good fiction read. They tend to follow authors that they already know and like. So I'm going to just really cover mainly non-fiction in my training. But one technique that's relevant whether you've got fiction or a non-fiction book is using Audible's promo codes and their bounty program to help get your book out there. So the more times people download your book and read it, the more chances you've got of getting reviews, which is good. You're also teaching the algorithm within ACX and within Audible which search terms people type in before they buy your book. So over time, they'll get cleverer in that software. That algorithm will start to learn which search terms describe your book and then try and show your book more often because it's a popular book that people buy after searching that term. And Amazon and Audible are really trying to boost sales of audiobooks because it's a digital product. There's no cost of goods. There's no inventory to store. There's no printing on demand. There's no shipping. There's no customer service, really. There's just a very, very simple, weightless, virtual, international business model, which is very neat. So Amazon and Audible love it. It's very profitable for them, and people pay a lot of money for these audiobooks. So there's other training modules on how to produce the audiobooks, but today I want to focus on one particular part, which is promo codes. Now I'll log into my ACX account in a moment, and show you them. But there's two types of codes we'll talk about here. They're different, so it's important to know which one we're talking about when. Promo codes are basically like a coupon code. You can download, you can give them to people shopping for your book, and they can get a free copy of your audiobook. And it's also at no cost to you, which is brilliant. You know, Amazon could still have charged some commission or fees for having the transaction happen on their platform. But really with Audible, they're trying to grow it. They want to really dominate the audiobook game. So this is a real loss leader for Audible, letting us have so much promotion possible for free that they help us with on their platform. So promo codes, we basically go into our Seller account, and you need your book to be published and approved. So you have to find a narrator for your book. You need to get the book published and approved. And then when your book goes live, you'll get an email from ACX with a note saying that your promo codes are available. So you then go into the dashboard and click promo codes. So I'll just go in and do this on one of my accounts now. Numbers, which one is it? Lots of numbers accounts. I think this one works. Right, cool. This is my dummy empty one. I've got a UK passport, and I've done I bought a business that came with an ACX account. So this is my UK ID one that I'm not really using, but I'm using it as a teaching demo one. So in ACX, in this bit here, into the sales dashboard, because this is a dummy one, you won't be able to see anything. But here under promo codes, there's normally a title and then a big table where you can download all those codes. So they're single use, so you need to have a bit of a system to release them. There's a service called woobooks.com, which can be something that I don't know if I'm really up for teaching you the detailed stuff on how to run Woobooks. It's quite a separate sort of piece of software that should be fairly self-explanatory. I've never actually set it up myself, but there's plenty of people that can do this. So it's a way to give out coupons. You do need to have your own email list to be able to use it, but what it means is that if you get given 20 coupon codes for people to get free downloads of your book, Woobooks will serve out those coupon codes one at a time. It won't duplicate them. And once it's given one out, it'll take it away from its list of available coupon codes. So it's designed exactly for dishing out single-use and unique coupon codes. And you could do something like run a Facebook ad advertising a free download of your new audiobook. Then it would go to a Woobooks page where people put in their email address, and in exchange for giving their email address, Woobooks then issues them with a single-use code. The nice thing is you get to build a database through this as well. You get the email address of the person who wanted that free download, and they might want to do another free download in the future. So it's a great thing to do. The pricing's not too awful. It's not quite free, but you can kind of, get your money's worth out of that pretty quickly if you're doing it well. So that's sort of an billing thing. The free one lets you do 100 a month, but you do need the coupon code. Yeah, you need this one really. So the basic one will be fine, and I would just do it month by month rather than annually. Up to you. So we might see if Woobooks want to come on and do a free training for you on this and just kind of demo it. They might be able to give us a coupon code, or Meta for the coupon code business to give us a coupon code for their service. But why not? We can ask them. There's a lot of you in this group who might use it. So I'll ask them if they can come and do some training on how to set up the most successful flow of offer that their software drives for us. So that's one way to get these codes out. It's all very well ACX giving us a coupon code, but who do you give it to? But you can give it to friends and family. So what I recommend you do is put a to-do list, start reader database. And you need to find something like MailChimp or ActiveCampaign and start a list with names, email addresses, and any other details you want to collect about people that might be willing to buy your books off you or take free downloads. So it could be a friends and family list. Every time you publish something, they can do you a huge favor and click on something 3 times, download the book, and it'll rip your ranking. Now, the promo codes are quite simple because they just are a free audiobook, and that's great. But there's another kind, which is the bounty code, and you actually get paid cash up front by Amazon if somebody gets your free audiobook but starts an Audible subscription to activate it. So I'll show you how it looks in a moment. But this is a screenshot from my other account that my VA just did on how to find your promo codes for each book. They're there automatically. You can have a Facebook page and say, we've got 20 free copies of this book. Private message me and we'll send you one. It's a bit clunky, but you can do it that way individually. And you do need to check that as they're used, they'll change on that dashboard. The status on your dashboard table on your ACX account will show issued to redeemed. So you can get 25 at the beginning, and then you can ask for 25 more and 25 more, up to 100, which is amazing. So you can get 100 sales, potentially 100 reviews for free, thanks to ACX letting you run this promo service through them. So the $30 odd a month for WooBooks to automate, that's probably going to save your sanity. I hate doing business on Facebook. It's a new rule of mine for 2021. I'm not going to start a new business that's on the Facebook platform. I just think they're rat bags and hard to do business with. They own all the privacy side, they're ruthless, and they make it really difficult, and they are just pretty hard. I'm just sick of them. I've had so many issues with ad accounts and just a nightmare. So they just don't beat a fair game. The really aggressive, really dodgy marketers with a big budget get away with murder, and then I do every account blocked for no good reason, and they won't explain it. There's no humans, they're just awful. And it was never built to be a business platform. It was meant to be social. They love selling this advertising, but I don't want to build a business where Facebook owns all my data. And I also think people are going to get sick of Facebook, because my feed for sure is certainly just a big stream of paid ads, which get worse and worse. At the moment, they think I'm really into astrology. I mean, how wrong can they be? I'm really not into astrology, and my feed is just like this flurry of my zodiac predictions. So I want to learn how to be a tarot card reader. Oh my goodness, on it goes. So that's been quite funny, but totally irrelevant to me. I'm very good at matching mine. So I would rather have my own database that I own that sits on a spreadsheet even, and you run it out of Gmail. It doesn't matter, but you do have to start doing this from the beginning. So friends and family are fine. The nice thing you've got is the lovely group that we're all in, and we can all help each other out. So through although I just said I hate Facebook, we do have a Facebook group for this community. We're looking at using it for things like that, but we just don't want to commit to having everything on Facebook. So one of the things we'll do over the next few months is work out sort of a centralized service for helping boost those new releases. So I've been the self-publishing groups where you pay a lot of money to join them, but then they guarantee you bestseller status. It's like, well, how on earth do you do that? And they're like, well, we have got however many members, and we basically bully people so that you get 20 sales in a day. If you're doing a launch, we make sure that 20 of the members will go and get that free copy to get you that bestseller status, which it kind of works. It's maybe not quite in the spirit of Amazon's thing, but it's legal. It works. It's part of the benefit of being in a community. So we'll do something like that, but just don't down too much on dates or nag me about it on it. I need to be really careful it's fully compliant. I need to be careful that it isn't a nightmare to administer, like set it up in a clever way. I need to make sure it's fair. Some people don't just get their books ranked, but don't do their fair share of getting the free downloads to help other people out and leaving reviews. So you can't incentivize people to leave reviews. So it's a bit of a tricky area in terms of kind of our best policy for doing it, but it's something that would be really valuable for us. So I'm just going to work out that as we go. If you've got any ideas or want to be a volunteer coordinator, get in touch. So that's the promo codes. It's basically a free download for whoever you give the code to, so that's great. If I've already got an Audible account, that's wonderful for me. I get the free download, it doesn't count as one of my credits. So that's like $15 worth of benefit. Sorry, just buying myself time. Okay, so the bounty program is a little bit different. So a promo code is a free download of an audiobook for someone who's already got an Audible account, like that $15 worth of a good book for free, marvelous. Plus I kind of have that cool feeling of getting it first and feeling special if I get a nice email about it. The next code is called the bounty program. So this is a way to get $75 of cold hard cash from ACX every time a new Audible listener signs up through my referral link. So you give somebody a coupon code, a different kind of coupon code, and if somebody uses it and signs up for their Audible account, they start subscribing, because this is how Audible makes their money from those monthly subscriptions. Then you're away, you get $75 every single one of those. So what we'll do is put these documents, this sort of the flow of work, the screenshots, we'll put that into a little operating procedures document, one for the promo codes and one for the bounty codes. And here's the workflow, just in PowerPoint slide form, just to go through with you quickly now, explain what it's like. This is the bounty code system. So you get your book published on ACX, make sure it's got a good narrator, you upload it all properly, hit publish. Once it's approved, you get an email saying it's approved. I've had a load come back this week that we uploaded a couple of weeks ago. They want me to edit the title or something, some really weird error message, but we're getting there, but it's not always an instant or guaranteed approval process. I think we know what we did wrong with the ones that got rejected. It was only a couple to quite a lot. So yeah, just need to check that it has been approved. And then you need to have your own kind of flow chart. We'll give you a flow chart to help you with the kind of best practice standard operating procedures of a Kindle publishing business, with Audible publishing too, of course. But one of the things to do as soon as your audiobook goes live is belt out some new bounty codes to anyone who'll take them. So you can customize the book's URL and share it with your audience. So you can have an author profile on Facebook as a brand and a bunch of people following it, and you can share a new book URL or an old book URL. It's a unique one that Amazon's generated for you. There'll be more detailed training on that in ACX University, but you can just follow through how to generate the bounty codes on your ACX account. And every time somebody signs up using that link, if they're still a member on day 1, they've basically been billed 2 billing cycles, 30-day months, you will get $75 cash. Brilliant. So you can also track who's redeeming them. It's pretty clever. So you really want to be taking advantage of that. If you, every week find 10 people to download your book, that's $750 cash. That's brilliant. Or to sign up and become an Audible member. So there's not that many people as Audible members. I wonder if we can see how many. I'm just going to go into Facebook, because that's always a bit of a, if I go to good old Facebook and look at the Audible group, it'll show me how many members. It's not like I'm in Audible, but I don't like the Facebook group. So 5.8 million like it. But look how many, there's 5.8 people into Audible, and only 400,000 books available. It's crazy. So no, like this is the members club, that's a women in business thing. And then Audible users, what's been your favourite book in self-development? I have some credits to use. The other one is that the author reads. So that's, an interesting little snippet there. This is an original page. I'm just interested in the answers. Jim Quick Limitless, Tiny Habits. Cool. Cool. And then in Audible, anyway, that was just out of interest, just to see how big the group is. But there's a lot of people wanting Audible books. Not that many Audible books. This is the best business opportunity I know of right now. You should absolutely go for it. Now, where do the bounty codes live in here? Bounty program. So if you go into here, you'll see exactly how to set it all up. There's all the instructions here. It's very precise. You do it from within your own account, so it's a unique code. And off you go, get my links done. So I haven't got books here, so I won't get links, but there we go. Oh, it's changed to $50 now. Oh, this was 75 only last week. I've got to check that. I've got another account. See if it's the same other account. Might be ones. I think that's the right login. You can figure out. Right, here we go. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll double check that. It was definitely 75, but maybe we just dropped it a bit. But even so, $50 is great, really easy money. So that's the way that the promo codes in the Bounty referral program work. Yeah, they're up to $75. We've got some terms and conditions here. Let's check this. I mean, I can't do better training than now training on this, just follow these steps. But, read the small print as well about the program terms. So that is the 101 of promo codes and bounty codes. We should, as a community, really help each other out on those, but we need to make sure everybody who takes also gives. And, you know, much as I'm a fan of the human race, altruism isn't always the number one thing for busy business owners. You know, we're always just so busy. Even if we're well-intentioned, we often, you know, are happy to use a service but forget to do the helpful thing back. So we definitely need that with a little bit of light admin, just making it run smoothly. I've got a great VA, but she's really busy. So I think somebody like her would be great to run a mega Google sheet of codes and who's done what for whom. Like, just, you know, if you leave reviews for people, then maybe you get some credits in our community to be able to put your own books up for lots of downloads, like bounty codes. Or, I mean, as our group, we'll all very quickly have our own Audiobooks account, so you won't get the bounty side, but you'll definitely get the promo code option. So there's ways to get these links out to people, and I've got here my inbox with a guy called Nir Ayal, who writes brilliant newsletters. I mean, I don't read very much in my inbox. I read nearly all of his emails. This one came in today. But he writes a really nice weekly thing. I think it's about weekly. I think a couple of weeks. Oh yeah, a couple of weeks. How many are we up to already? What? Every few days, actually. Gosh, that's going to be fast. So, but some of this is promoting his own scholarships and stuff. But so if I go to one of his newsletters, How to Find Motivation, he just sort of does a round of other people's articles, which is cool. You've got to click on his link, you know, it's always an image. It's a nice newsletter. This is my example of best practice newsletters to get codes out to people that might want to read your book. If you are writing a series about business skills, every week you could write a nice newsletter about a business skill. And in the footer, have some links to all the new business skills books that you've got that they could buy, or the classic books. So this guy Nero has written, I don't know how many books, let's have a quick look. He's only done about 4 or 5, I think. He's not done, 100. There's this Indistractable one I've read. Hooked was all about kind of gamifying all the apps and business services that you build. Yeah, I think probably, that's a podcast. Hooked, narrated by someone, not him. I don't know why he would do that, because he's a big narrator. Hooked, German. Hooked. His art. I don't know. Something left. I don't know. I don't know what our blank is. My schoolgirl German is very handy in the modern world, it turns out. Anyway, so he's written this one, Indistractables, his big book. It's got 6,000 reviews. That's why we get distracted. And he's got a pro on how to not get distracted. In fact, we're going to look at narrate quite a bit because he definitely has some really, really clever marketing. He doesn't do he does quite a lot. I'm sure he doesn't write all these newsletters himself, but he's very consistent. It's very high quality for me as a reader, what he sends out. He's very prolific in, not just writing a good newsletter each. He's got a book which leads to a newsletter. The newsletter leads to more books and all those bounty codes and things. He gets published on Medium and other platforms as well with the same sort of content. But then he has workshops and courses. I think I even bought one of his courses. It's maybe why I get quite so many emails, maybe more than most. But it's good, long form, well-written, original work. And he often also shares other people's articles. And look, here we go. You can get instant access to his hyperbolic discovery workbook. That's the newsletter. Oh, here I was saying this is the best way to share links. I've just opened the only newsletter I've seen of his that doesn't have links to the book. But here's his. Normally it's at the bottom. There's a big footer about it all, but Indistractable. Order it. So here's your thing. So claim your bonuses. Purchase that site. So if I order this will be a special link on Audible that will have the promo code option and the bounty code option built in. I've already got it in my library, so I can't get it. It's really good. It's just a 5-hour book. He'll be getting, really good commission off that. He's sold thousands and thousands of it. And his newsletter will drive ongoing sales of this book in audiobook format or paperback or Kindle format. Plus, he's now selling this course, so this workshop thing he does, work with him, do his courses, apply for his scholarship. What was the scholarship thing? Indistractable. And that's an Indistractable scholarship. He did a new workshop. Applications are open till January. Dozens of exercises, video lessons, Q&A group things. Instead of 675, successful applicants per page is 200. I mean, he sold tons of those, and it doesn't cost him very money or take very much time to deliver it. So that's really cool. Well done him. So that's one way you can get links out to tell people about your new book. You need to have a database to send it to, but just start small. Even if you send it to 20 people, and maybe in your book there's a chapter to download a PDF. When they download that PDF, you've then got their email address. Add it to your list. We'll have I've commissioned somebody really, really good to do 4 training modules on email list building and some of these other marketing techniques. So that's Serena's job. She's going to be delivering those over the next few months in the program. So you'll see those in the members area. So that'll be, our current best practice ways to do this marketing and build your own database and do your own email marketing. There's one other platform I want to show you, which is slightly different. So somebody like Nereal's building his own list and being really proactive messaging his people. BookBub is more of a business service, and what you do here is sign up to get a daily email. So I get these. I'm trying to be potty actually. I should have subscribed, but I was stalking to see how they do it so well. So every day I get an email. In fact, some days I get 3 or 4 emails from BookBub. BookBub, it's an awful name. So I can get the Wings of Eagles by Ken Follett, only $13 for me, just 3 on Amazon. So this link here will go through to the Amazon thing. What Ken Follett gets out of this is a book that goes flying to the top of page 1, to the top of the rankings, and he will have paid a lot of money to have this show up in BookBub's daily emails. So when you look at BookBub, their business model is very clever. They basically have cheap deals for readers on really popular, good new books. Some might not even be released yet. So get free deals, 90% off even free ebooks. Your inbox email should be kind of personalized based on what topics you're interested in or which other authors you've enjoyed. Up to 95% off and free ebooks daily. Read on your favorite device, blah, blah, blah. But look who it works for. So for authors, submit a deal. It's a couple of $100 to have your book appear in their newsletter. Oh, don't want that. Will be partners overview list if you have the pricing structure. So this is an option for you if you've got your own database. Instead of building a database, marketing to them, and then dishing out promo codes, you can just pay BookBub to promote your book, which isn't ideal because you're not really building your own digital asset of your own database. But if you want to pre-orders or say launch of your release, then what you can do is pay some money and it will happen. You can do ads. Now, where's the price list? There's an option. Where's the price list? Basically, a couple of $100 for them to do it very slowly and not try too hard, and quite a few $100 more for them to put it at the top of their main email, going to their biggest list instead of a sliding scale. When I looked at this the other day, I could see the pricing. See what we do. Not to log on. Oh, I can't remember them. I think I did some. No, I don't off the top of my head. All right, well, anyway, it's pretty simple. It's free to sign up, but there's a charge every time you use them to launch a book for you. But it'll get you some reviews, it'll get you some traction, you might get onto page 1. It's only for ebook and paperback format. So somebody else, Ken Follett's got a big budget to get his book here, but he's also working with a big publishing house, so they'll have some deals, no doubt. But number 2 on the list, sisters, if you want your book here, you'll get some sales. Yeah, you're giving your readers benefit. Amazon's getting a benefit because this is fresh traffic coming in to buy Amazon books. And it's really cool. So there we go. Oh, Chirp's an audiobook version. So that's that. So that's the main stuff I wanted to cover today. Just part of starting to think about promoting these books. There's a couple of ideas. One is give friends and family promo codes. Give friends and family the Audible bounty codes if they aren't yet listening to audiobooks every month, and they start subscribing. He gets $5, which is brilliant. You can run Facebook ads if you like to promote these free downloads, but I think just start really simple and just start your own little database. You can start a newsletter for a little database like narrate, just watch what he's done, that's the best practice. You can pay BookBub to help you get your book out. And there's a whole bunch more as well. So there's software tools like WooBox that can handle the individual coupon codes for you, if that's what you want to do with your own database. It can get really complicated though. That's the thing, is like I can run all through all these ideas with you, and then you can go, right, I'll do this, 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 and this, and you start, and they're all quite a little, push of work. Actually got to buy some new stuff, do some more training, stitch some bits of tech together. It's never as easy as it sounds. So, there's a few days investment just building the system that pumps out the newsletters with the, from the database, and that gathers up the coupon codes and spits those out. There's a little bit of work to do there, but if you do it, there will be long-term a better base for you to launch books to in the future, especially if you're going to do lots of books on one theme. It's really hard if one book 1 week's on crocheting and the next one's about chicken farming. Maybe there's a bit of overlap there. Maybe don't generally see it. But if you do a self-help book for anxiety and panic attacks, and you're going to do 10 different books around that topic, then you'll probably be better off building your own database and talking to them regularly and announcing the new books to them and talking to them to find out what else they're interested in, or getting feedback from previous books, and you've got just a bit more connection there. So you could do that full-time. You could make a full-time job of chasing your books along, pushing the sales. The other strategy, of course, is to do your keyword research so that people that search for you on Amazon find you really easily and you come up on page 1. But I do think for the audiobooks, you really want to give those a good push because there's so much money to be made when they sell. So I think the promo codes and the bounty codes for audiobooks are really worth doing, more so than building your own database and newsletters and things for the for the ebooks and paperbacks. So up to you, of course. All of this is optional. You don't have to do any of it. I've inherited some of these systems from a couple of the businesses I bought last year. I've set up other things very similar for other businesses I've run. But as standard, if I was doing a single new book on a new topic, I wouldn't be setting up all of this each time. But I think as a group, we'll help each other out with the audiobook launches and the ebook and the paperbook launches by sharing those unique codes and links and helping each other get some rankings and some reviews. So we will see you in the next training. So we're starting to get back into the swing of work here. You know, we're way into 2021 now, and we're swinging along, getting into a good routine. We've got lots of books on the go. We've got a really good team helping. You know, everyone's on various sort of summer holidays and winter holidays and holiday season over the last few months. So we're all back into it now, and we've just made a couple of extra hires, and the team will support you in this program. So there's a full crew here ready to train you up and help you get some success with your ebooks. So with your publishing businesses, make sure you choose a topic that can be audio booked. Otherwise, you're really missing out on a lot of revenue, because that a lot of the sales are with the least competition, and we like that. So do some work this week, just mapping out where you want to get to, what are your roadblocks, and then just do the work to eliminate them and get past them and on to the next stage. And little by little, you'll chip away at this, and before you know it, you'll have a portfolio of great thing in 3 different formats all around the world. And it's a really, really cool business model. So get into it, work hard, and I'll see you on the next call for an update live, and we'll have a good chat then. So thank you very much.
Thanks for joining in. If you have any questions, as always, please email the help desk.